Every day there are so many questions on our desk, but we can't take all questions at a time. Even if one question is taken properly, the message will be broadcasted to all concerned people who have same problem. And even those who don't have the problem, they may have precautions during their own yoga abhyasa so that the practice goes uninterrupted. Mr. Ramesh Kumar Agrawal has asked one question, and his question is that which pranayam should I avoid being a patient of hypertension? One thing I would like to make clear that yoga is not only for patients. Yoga is for all. And for all means for sick people, for fit people, for youth, for children, for women, and for elderly as well. It means everybody has a right to practice yoga and have a joyful life. As far hypertension is concerned, it is a very serious problem, and we have to be very careful in dealing with hypertension. It doesn't mean that if it is a serious problem, then we can't do yoga. But we can find a sure solution for this problem as well. Our heart has to work round the clock to keep us alive and to keep us healthy. But when it has to work beyond its capacity and there is no clear passage available to continue blood supply, then our heart has to exert more. And that situation creates hypertension or high blood pressure. In such case, pranayam is a boon that can prove miracle in removing this problem. With regard to precaution, especially Bhastrika pranayam, which is most important pranayama, but hypertension people should never do it because it may harm them. People who suffer not only from hypertension but from any of the heart diseases, may it be dilatation of heart, may it be blockage of arteries, and may it be any other cardiac problem. So, the exercises or the pranayama we suggest, it should certainly be done under medical guidance, I should say. If they recommend you, then you should, because situation differs. If the patient has blockages in his arteries, but how much of blockage is there, what is the age of the person, what is the weight of the person, what type of work the person does, all things, what is the food discipline that he adapts, does he smoke, does he take non-vegetarian food, does he take food with fats. So everything has to be taken care of. It is not just doing pranayam. I do this pranayam, but I am not being benefited. So your diet, your everyday schedule, your age, your weight, your gravity of problem should be considered before making your yoga program, your everyday yoga practice. But it is clear that this particular pranayam, Bhastrika, which is practiced at a very high rate of breathing, there is force, there is speed, and there is kumbhak as well. So it should be avoided. Secondly, any pranayam that recommends kumbhaka should be avoided. It means with regular breathing program, Kumbhak I mean is Abhyantar Kumbhaka. So Abhyantar Kumbhak pranayam should be avoided by this hypertension patient. Then what to do? It should also be mentioned here. Very, very effective pranayam is Nadi Shodhana, and in Nadi Shodhana also, the very first step of Nadi Shodhana, that is popularly known as Anulom Vilom. It means a simple breathing practice. You sit in any of your postures where you can have a spine straight. Your spine, your neck and your head, it should be in single line. It means there should be a difference of these 4 fingers between your neck and your chin. When you look at me from back side, you'll find that my back, my neck and my head are in one straight line. So this is the correct sitting position. And for perfect result, we should have cross-legged position of any meditative posture like Padmasana, Siddhasana, Swastikasana, Bhadrasana, Guptasana, any. If you can't practice or you are not in a habit of doing these postures, then you can sit in any cross-legged position. Even if your knee is injured or you have replacement of your knees, in that position you are recommended to sit on a stool or on a chair. In this position, you will sit like this, that my wrist is resting on my knees, and I'll simply fold my arm at elbow. Automatically this length is so balanced that my hand will be at my nostril, and my this finger, especially the ring finger and the middle finger, will control the left nostril. So this way we will start, and you should be in a habit of doing this pranayama with right hand only. So this way, just be calm, close your eyes and inhale. Gentle inhalation from right nostril should be there, and it should be so slow that even you can't listen the sound during inhalation, the respiratory sound rather. Inhale, very gentle inhalation should be there. Then close the right nostril and remove your ring finger from your left nostril. Then exhale very gently. Now we have to inhale again through left nostril and then close it and exhale through the right one. It should be a very rhythmic process, and thrice a day you should practice it at least for 10 minutes in single sitting. 10 to 15 minutes of pranayam is very effective. Secondly, you should practice Bhramari pranayama. So Bhramari pranayam is also equally important and very, very beneficial for hypertension patients. In Bhramari pranayama, you close your ears with your index finger and your elbows should be at shoulder level. Just sit like this, close your ears, close your eyes gently, then inhale deep and same time start exhaling. But exhaling should be such that your navel, your throat and your nostrils are involved in it. And while exhaling, it will affect not only your Manipur chakra, it will affect your heart, rather Anahat chakra, what we call in yoga language, then Vishuddha chakra, and finally our nasal membranes and the skull. So this should be the exhalation process, that all these organs have to be involved in it. Now just see how to practice it. Sit comfortably. You are not in a hurry to open your eyes. Just feel the rhythmic flow of your breath. Just feel the relaxation at your skull and the glow on your face. Then gently you can open your eyes. So the pranayam to be avoided is Bhastrika, and pranayam to be practiced by hypertension patients is first step of Nadi Shodhana pranayama, and this Bhramari pranayam thrice a day. You will see wonder.